Hey there, Magic One, Bronya here. Welcome to your 2023 yearly tarot reading. In this reading, I'll be looking at your guiding energy for the year, and we will also look at energies for each of the 12 months of the year, so you can get an idea as to the possibilities, the potentials and predictions that you might be working with throughout 2023. Extended versions of these readings are available. So in those readings, I go deeper with specific spreads for work, career, business, money, finance, investments, and of course, love and relationships. So the link is down below for that. If you are intrigued about your personal circumstances for 2023, you can book a year ahead reading with me. Now that is a long and deep reading that will take you over your personal circumstances specific to you and the planned and maybe unexpected changes that you may navigate throughout the year. So in that reading, we look at all of the energies for the 12 months, and we dive deep into the specific life areas as well. So the link down below will take you to a page where you can find out all the details about that. I will let you know that the places are very limited for those. They take me a long time to produce. I can only fit in a certain amount of those. So if you want to get one of those, please do jump in. Well, that's it from me. I am just wishing you an incredible year ahead. I hope it's full of a lot of, happiness and prosperity for you. And of course, I am also wishing you so much love and magic. Let's head across to your reading now. Libra, these are your cards for 2023. I've got a tarot wheel here, Libra. We will start in January, moving through to December. There are 2 cards for each month for you. I'll be reading those as a pair to give you an idea of the high level energy and life area that you may be working with in each one of the months. So in order to get started, what I'm going to do is draw you a major arcana here from the Moonchild Tarot. And this is your biggest theme or life lesson that you are working with in the year. So before we jump into the spread, let's take a look at your theme. We have got for you, Libra, oh, isn't that interesting? The Wheel of Fortune, and that's your first energy for January as well. And when I was putting those cards down, Libra, I just heard this is the year of change for you, that you are actually wanting it, you're expecting it, and you are ready for it as well. So the Wheel of Fortune is associated with a change of luck, a change of fortune, and karmic cycles ending, and new chapters and new cycles beginning. And it's also, a lot around divine timing and destiny. So even though I feel that you wanted change in 2022, Libra, the spirit source is saying it wasn't the right time because you needed to move through those challenges. I think 2022 was hard for you, and there is going to be a lot of change this year, which isn't going to be easy, but you're really going to be coming into your own in the last quarter. So I'm just going to draw you a little keyword as well, your word to work with for the year that you might want to put on your vision board. Let's see what it is. I did see fulfillment showing up, but I'm going to choose one. I have got for you joy. Oh, well, not too far off. Wow. Okay, so I just feel that last year was really tough, and maybe you kind of lost a sense of your joy, your happiness, your sense of play. Well, this is the year that you get that back. I think it's going to be later in the year that it really falls in place, because I do think there are some changes that you're needing to make to get there. But this is the year of change to bring joy into your life. It's all about joy. So maybe you want to really create a mantra around that to say to yourself every morning, or include that on your vision board. Let's jump in with your January here, Libra. We're kicking off with the King of Wands and that Wheel of Fortune energy again. Okay, so I think that change starts for you, Libra, right out of the gates in January. Now, You may be dealing with a Leo with the King of Wands. You may want to change your fate or close a karmic cycle with a Leo here. That is for some of you. Sometimes the court cards can be people we're dealing with in our environment, but otherwise they can be characteristics that would be positive for you to embody. Now, the King of Wands is all about discernment and vision. So you have a vision for your future here, Libra, and the cards are saying it's going to require change for you to actually step onto the timeline, okay, so that you can move towards that. This is the beginning of the new for you, and I think you can feel that coming. We see the new moon energy here, and of course the moon energy is all about, intuition and beginning to feel that subconsciously coming forward. So you might be getting a lot of insights about the changes that you need to make, and really stepping into the leadership energy in your life. The King of Wands is a lot around that. It's about being the leader, stepping up and being discerning and making the decisions in alignment with your vision. And it's the Wands energy, right? This is about fire, about passion, about purpose, about joy, getting back into that. So change starts in January for you, Libra. Now look at this, February. This is actually the Fool. It's called Starseed in this deck with Queen of Swords, which is your minor arcana. So here, what I'm really feeling, Libra, is that there is some kind of new beginning or fresh start opening up already for you in February, okay? Now, the Queen of Swords, your energy, links to the Justice energy in the major arcana. And justice can be around legal matters, new contracts, ending contracts, maybe divorce settlements, potentially work or employment contracts, property agreements. It feels like there is some kind of new beginning there. And you might even be seeking legal counsel as well for the changes that you are about to make. Now, the Queen of Swords, seeing that coming through in your reading, Libra, really tells me that you are stepping into your active power here and getting ready to take a sword to anything that doesn't feel like it belongs on this new free-spirited, rebel-hearted journey that I see you taking. The Fool is really about taking a leap of faith into the new, leaving the past behind, and also not getting too hung up in where it's all heading, what the new destination is going to be, but just making decisions that feel like they are aligned with your truth, Queen of Swords, and with your joy. And you're getting the clarity in February. The Queen of Swords is about clarity, alignment, truth, and actively moving forward, and also beginning to set boundaries against anyone or anything that doesn't feel like it belongs on this new journey with you. Okay, so we have in your March the Two of Cups with the Five of Cups. So I do feel that there is going to be change in relationships for you this year. Okay, now for many of you this will be in your romantic partnership, but of course, it can be friendship or work partnership, colleagueship as well, the partnership you have with an organization. But I see in March either the ending of a relationship or partnership, or you getting ready and pre-grieving because it's coming. And it might be, I do feel that you are fundamental in initiating this, Libra. So the Two of Cups is like, at one time this was a soul partnership or a karmic contract, but you feel that, it is getting to its time where, it's time to kind of send this back to the earth. Feels like there is a lot of water underneath this bridge, and now it's gotten to the point where it is bringing you a sense of disappointment or a sense of sadness. There's also the foreshadowing here with a new Two of Cups, and I do think that there is the potential for new fulfilling partnerships and potentially romantic partnership in the last quarter of the year. So the universe is saying if a relationship or a partnership is not working for you, Libra, create the space, release it, let it go, so that that new can come in for you. So often we do pre-grieve in a relationship when we know it's going to end, and then when it comes down to actually taking the action, we're just really going through, the motions there. April sees the Six of Swords and the Eight of Swords. So there could be some guilt or some perceived entrapment in a situation here. I I see the foreshadowing of 2 lots of Three of Swords. I do have the Three of Swords in your May. So this could be you know, knowing that an ending is coming, but then once the mind chatter kicks in, right, the ego, oh, I don't know how I would do that, how I would navigate it, I can't leave, what about the guilt, you know, the partner, the children, the home, all these things. There is a lot of that playing out for you this month. Now, the Eight of Swords, the message is that there is a clear path out, but often we need to take a different perspective, a different viewpoint, and also we need to tune into the heart and intuition energy, not just the intellect. The Six of Swords is really showing that you are in a transitional phase in the first half of 2023. You are, you know, really wanting to leave behind the situations that have caused you a lot of emotional turmoil. And of course, we have emotional turmoil in all of our situations, but if it is sustained and ongoing, then, you know, it can make life a lot more challenging and changes are required. This is your time to set sail into more, you know, smoother sailing, into a time of peace. And I see you actually being the one who actually kind of leaves a little bit empty-handed here, meaning you might walk out of a home that you've once loved. You might be leaving a workplace and really severing ties. I just see you taking, you know, hardly any baggage, the same as the Fool energy, and going into the unknown, okay? There's an element of going into the unknown, and the ego is going to hate that, and that's why you're getting this energy, and all of the reasons why you shouldn't embody change will come up for you in April. Again, I'm asking you to really tune into the call of the heart and the soul and what that truly wants. Okay, Libra, in your May, I have the Death card. It's called Transformation in this deck, and I have the Three of Swords. So this is the card of Scorpio in the Major Arcana. There could be an ending with a Scorpio, or Scorpio, of course, is associated with what becomes maybe toxic for us, what is not serving us, what is no longer growing, what has had its season, had its cycle in our lives. So I think that you are releasing or severing ties with something that just is not getting you anywhere, or may has even become harmful for you in terms of your well-being here. So there is an ending, and it may be painful, it may be very disappointing, but you know this is the way to get to the light, okay? The light at the end of the tunnel is here, because it feels like it's held you back or kept you constricted or playing smaller than what you are for long enough. There is an energy of surrender that is required, Libra, when we get to this stage. Surrendering and acknowledging that we will feel all the things and that we will go through a deep healing period. But the Three of Swords is a 3 for a reason, because it's out of change and the pain and sorrow and disappointment that we have this really fertile ground for creation. 3 is the number of the Empress. Look who's showing up in your December. So there might be a period before the new energy comes in, but this is a clearing phase. So the Three of Swords, you know, is an energy of, yes, breakdown to break through to the light, break on through to the other side. Words of Jim Morrison in The Doors. Yeah, it feels like there is change here. And I just want to call out, you know, how many times do you know people that go through a difficult ending, whether it's a change in a career, or, you know, whether it's a change in relationship, and then 6 months, 12 months down the track, you bump into them. They look better than ever. They've made some amazing changes, or they're doing the things that they always wanted to do but felt blocked in doing. And they, you know, honestly, their life has changed for the positive. And that is what I'm feeling for you, Libra, out of this journey. So there could be a very final, potentially painful severing of ties for you in your May, but it is opening you up to new light, to new possibility, and the Sun energy. It's all coming. Last quarter for you is positive and jam-packed. So in your June, it's the Pentacles energy. It's the Six of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. So this feels like a rebalancing energy for you. You might be really focusing on work, career, or getting financially stable. Maybe there's something to do with that ending that is playing into that. But I just see you working really hard carving out a new path for yourself and getting back in control in terms of work, career, finance, and feeling proud of what you're achieving as well. This could be an indication that you're going to begin to receive, more money, more financial security, or things coming really back into balance here as well. Some of you might even be doing some learning or development or jumping into a course or something like that. And maybe it is also, going to help you get through that difficult period here as well by throwing yourself into that, as long as, of course, you are also processing those emotions and not suppressing them. In your July, King of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, I have both Aquarian and Virgo energy here. This is a month of new planning, laying new foundations in your life. You might be doing a lot of reevaluation here, Libra. The King of Swords has this ability to really zoom out and see the big picture and make some strategic moves based on that. So if you've cleared a big space in your life, you might be going, okay, well, now it's my time to reinvent myself and to really take things in a new direction. The King of Swords loves to reinvent, to be innovative and to create transformation. And really, it's that big picture vision that will help you. You might be having some realizations and joining the dots as to how you ended up in the position that you were, and you're making, new declarations to yourself about what you want for the future. The Knight of Pentacles says, okay, that's all good, Libra, but slow and steady wins the race. Break it down into a plan and steps and milestones, and then keep moving slowly but surely towards those goals. So new plans, laying new foundations, is all to do with the July energy. And sometimes Virgo energy can be around like health and physical health and well-being and beauty. So you might be doing a glow up, you might be starting a diet or exercise plan, to really elevate your energy as well. And that's going to help you. That actually helps you a lot with manifesting as well, when you're feeling really good in your physical body and you start to feel good mentally as well. So new decisions for the future, new plans for the future. I see you taking those steps and really beginning to find your way in July. August, I have got the King of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands. Okay, King of Pentacles is the Taurian energy for me, and that can be associated with money. It can be associated with loans. It can be associated with property, real estate, and sometimes work as well. And we've got the Ten of Wands, which is often the ending of a stressful situation or burden. You might be paying off a debt in August. You might be releasing a property agreement, maybe that you lived with that person, selling a home, or maybe even finding one if that's the end of the stress that you need. Or maybe actually increasing your financial position here. Ten of Wands is really releasing a struggle, something that has weighed heavily on you is finally over. And the King of Pentacles is, about abundance. It's about money. It's about new growth. I mean, the King of Pentacles is the top of the money suit. So it could be that you're getting into a position of power that's going to end that stress for you. Some of you might even be getting promoted at work into a leadership position. And maybe that comes with new stresses, but it does feel it's going to increase your financial abundance in some way. So I love that energy. Again, Ten of Wands can indicate themes of, burnout or a lot of, energetic pressure. Just make sure that you are staying in your balance, staying in your joy in August. September, Three of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. So this energy sees you experiencing some kind of stress, mental stress or overwhelm, either around groups of people. So this could be in your workplace, this could be in a social group, or a group that you're involved with outside of work. And it's usually around the dynamic with people. Sometimes the Three of Pentacles alternatively can be about, you know, those plans or manifestations maybe not happening as fast as we wanted to, maybe having a few blocks of how to bring them through into, you know, materializing. With that Nine of Swords, it's really important to not get overwhelmed in that mental stress and just bring it back to practicalities. Remember that plan. It was about taking small steps. Come back to the plan and also look at how you might adjust things if things are not working as much. When it comes to issues with people, remember to own your own part of it. Try and work on your triggers and realize that we all have those, and stay emotionally grounded, stay objective, work with facts rather than, you know, getting carried away on, you know, emotions or, you know, how people are making you feel, and realize that usually it's ourselves that make us feel those ways depending on our past triggers and traumas. So there could be some unrest in group situations or networks or with your manifestation and planning in your September. October brings exciting stuff, Libra. I have got the Lovers with the Page of Cups. The Lovers, you actually have a lot of major arcana here coming through. The Lovers is Gemini energy for me, and it's usually about new partnership, new relationships, or really moving into a place of harmony in your life. But the Page of Cups is here, and the Page of Cups is often a messenger of heart. Somebody expressing their feelings, maybe meeting somebody synchronistically. The Page of Cups is also a card of play, joy, fulfillment, and fun. Remember that keyword. This could be somebody entering your life that changes the game and really shows you what joy is like again. I do feel that this is romantic connection for those of you that are looking. If those of you that are already in relationship, this could be things going to another level and a new expression of emotion. Sometimes the Page of Cups can be around conception and children as well for those of you wanting that, or maybe even new fur babies. So the Page of Cups, just saying, can be a different energy from what we thought we were seeking, but when it arrives, it feels right. So be open to people who are different from your normal type, or maybe going out there and doing different activities, maybe that feel a bit silly, that put you in your joy, that put you in your play, because that is when your energy is just right for meeting somebody of a high vibrational energy. This can often be synchronistic meeting or a serendipitous moment that you don't expect, that is like a surprise out of the blue. In your November, Eight of Swords and the Sun, Leo energy, and the most positive card in the tarot deck here, Libra. I love this energy. It feels like in November you finally overcome that mental stress, okay? Got the Eight of Swords now. We've had it before back here, and you know, that was around some feelings of guilt. What did it come in with again? The Six of Swords. It could be, you know, you finally feel like you've recovered from the guilt around what you left behind back in April. You know, the Sun is about healing and a whole new positive direction or rebirth happening for you. So I just think that you finally find your way through, and you're finally feeling, you know, really, really good about that. The Sun again can be around children or conception. So again, if you're in a relationship, you're wanting to try, or you've had some struggles with that, I would have to say that October, November look really good for that. So if you're trying to avoid that, of course, you know what to do. So it's a victory. It's the beginning of a positive new direction. It's new growth. It's fertile energy. And it is really you moving towards the light after a mentally challenging time. Okay, December, big finish. I have got Eight of Cups and the Empress. And I'm going to say again, the Empress is around growth and fertility and conception. So we've got so much energy for that. Now, if it's not, you know, a human that you're wanting to grow, the Empress is amazing for growth of wealth, business, creative projects, okay? That's her energy. She is a huge, huge blessing of abundance. Now, she comes in with the Eight of Cups, and the Eight of Cups can often be where you are really reevaluating, you know, what hasn't brought you that joy, what hasn't brought you that happiness, and you're leaving that behind. Sometimes it talks about finding that missing piece, the ninth cup, okay, the cup of wish fulfillment. And we can see who had that cup, and that was the page who was popping in your October here. So it could be in December that you go, you know what, I'm actually going to move towards that page. I feel that that is my missing piece. In fact, you know, I know that I can work with this energy, this person, this opportunity, and birth my heart's desires and go to the next step. So the Empress is the energy of the divine feminine, and yeah, you've taken action, but now there's an energy of surrendering and allowing things to unfold, and, you know, not pushing things too much or micromanaging them, because the Empress knows, you know, she rules that whole, like, the natural world, and just knows exactly, you know, how to bring things together to really, you know, grow and expand them. So this can also be a blessing of money, as I mentioned before, or just growth all around. It's a really positive time for starting something new. So Libra, a very exciting year, all about, you know, joy, finding that joy, and it comes through, I feel, some challenging releases in the first half of the year. Remember the Wheel of Fortune, you are beginning a whole new karmic cycle here this year. In that last quarter is where the positive energy comes in and things really change direction for you. Let's close out with one Divine Abundance card for an oracle theme. We have got expansiveness, and the Wheel of Fortune tuning into that Jupiter energy is all about expansion. Eternity is far more creative than the rigid, constrained, and exhausted ego. That's what's happening back here. And then I just see this creative, joyful, playful energy coming through in the final half of the year as you expand, as you broaden your horizons, as you welcome new potential, new people, new opportunities, and new growth into your life. Libra, that's your 2023 overview. I do hope you enjoyed it. Remember, you can get the extended version of this reading where I'm going to go into the spreads for money, finance, work, career, love and relationships. And if you do want to get your very own personalized 2023 year ahead deep dive reading, you will also find the link down below to a page that will give you all of the details for that as well. I am wishing you an incredible, abundant, positive, and amazing 2023, Libra. I'm just wishing you so much love and magic. Do take care. Bye for now.